Namaste Ellarigo. I'm here again. I'm Rotarian Dr. Anupama Savadi, the District Director for Rotary 3191. Here on the hot seat today is another empowered woman, Deepa Jayadev. I heartily welcome Deepa Jayadev to this forum where we are going to find out a little bit about her childhood, education, what it is to be a practicing advocate. She is, a multifaceted personality. She is a practicing advocate, a sports enthusiast, biker, senior traffic warden, and the best part is she is a Rotarian too. So let's find out more from Deepa's own words. Deepa,
thank you.
I heartily welcome you.
Thank you.
To today's, interview. I'm heartily looking forward to it.
Thank you.
And greetings from our District Governor, Rotarian Satish Madhavan, and First Lady Sushita.
Thank you. Thank you. Elrigu namaskara. Thank you so much for considering that I'm worthy enough to be on the seat. I feel so humbled, and thanks for those kind words. I don't know how much of it I deserve, but I'm glad to be here. And I hope this interview and this session will help somebody somewhere.
Yes. So we, this whatever Know to Learn series is for the girls, women to understand life of different individuals. Last time we had Mrs. Sudha Belwadi on the show.
Yes, I did see that.
And who is a theatre and a film personality. And, many people understood the life of a film personality from a little closer quarters.
Correct.
So Deepa, on to you. Let us know a little bit about your childhood, education, what you have to say.
Okay, so I'm a Bangalorean.
Yes.
My parents are also from Bangalore. So for quite a few generations, we are from Bangalore itself. I'm born and brought up in Bangalore. I've done all my entire education in Bangalore. So I did my education in institutions like Sudarshan Vidya Mandir, Vijaya Junior, and Bishop Cotton. So I was just fortunate enough to have education at different institutions which are known for imbibing not just education but life skills and making children a better citizen of this country. So yeah, that's about me. Haven't been a great student, but of course have got quite good marks in most of my subjects. Have got rank here and there also.
Deepa is being very humble. She is a multifaceted personality, which is very fascinating, interesting, and also overwhelming. How she is doing all this. So let's find out, as a sports person and an enthusiast, how it has shaped her personality, or how did she start biking?
I don't know. Somehow I come from a family where nan tande tai kuda, they are very outgoing. They are also involved in multiple activities. And I was so fortunate enough, I had parents who did dedicate quite a lot of time for me and my siblings. So in fact, my dad's into agriculture and we were doing quite a lot of other business as well. So he would work in the fields in hot sun to just make sure he's back at home by 4:30 when me and my sister used to be back from school. So we always had them around. And my dad was also a sports person at his younger age. So my mom was into a lot of fine arts from a very young age. Hagagi ramp walk madode irli, athwa dancing irli, singing irli, sport activities. ಇವಾಗಲೂ ಎನ್ಕರೇಜ್ ಮಾಡೋರು ತುಂಬ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ವಯಸ್ಸಿಂದನೇ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾಟ್ ದಟ್ ತುಂಬ ರಿಚ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿಯಿಂದ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಂತ ಅಲ್ಲ ಬಟ್ ಏನು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಸೌಲಭ್ಯ ಇತ್ತು ಅದರಲ್ಲೇ ದೇ ಮೇಡ್ ಶ್ಯೂರ್ ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ರು ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ವಿ ಕುಡ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ourselves and to multiple things in multiple fields also, and we learnt a lot over the period of time.
How did you become a lawyer or choose to enter into BA LLB?
So I did Bachelor of Academic Laws and LLB. It's called BAL LLB. So ತುಂಬ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ವಯಸ್ಸಿಂದ I used to be always countering everything at home. So everybody used to tell, oh, we have to make her a lawyer. But as I grew older, like say in my middle school and before I was like 10, 11 and things like that, ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆಯವರು ಕ್ವೈಟ್ ಅ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡೋರು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನಾವು ಕರಾಟೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ಗೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ನಾವು ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗೋದು ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದನೇ ಶುರುವಾಯಿತು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಕ್ವೈಟ್, ಈಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮೋಟುಗೋಲು ಆಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದಪ್ಪ, ಬಟ್ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಫಿಟ್ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್. ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಅ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಫಿಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೆರಿ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವ್. So I wanted to become youngest IPS officer. That was my dream. So since the time I was 12, 13 itself, various kind of trainings were happening at home, whether it is swimming, horse riding, sports, whether it's about current affairs, ನ್ಯೂಸ್ಪೇಪರ್ ಓದೋದೇ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ನೋಡೋದೇ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ರೆಜಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಥರ ಒಂದು ಲೈಕ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ ಮಾಡೋ ಅಂಥದ್ದು. that was the goal. So youngest IPS ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದರಿಂದ everybody thought, and I also felt at a very young age, and with the advice of my parents and everybody, that law will help me. If you are a police officer and if you know the law of the land, it will only help you more anta. And that's how I started law. But it so happened that ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆಯವರು ಅಷ್ಟು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ವಯಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ನನಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ರು. ನಾನಿನ್ನು ಆವಾಗ ಏನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಲಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ ನಾನು ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. ಸೊ ಬೈ ದ ಟೈಮ್ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಇನ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಇಯರ್ ಲಾ, ನನ್ನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಹಾಲ್ ಟಿಕೆಟ್ ಬಂತು IPSದು UPSC ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬರೆಯೋಕ್ಕೆ. ಇಟ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಸೋ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ಡಿಂಟ್ ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಆವಾಗ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ 21 ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ಡ್ years together for this exam. ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೋಚಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ಗೂ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಡೆಲ್ಲಿಯಿಂದ ಐ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕೋಚಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಕೋಚಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ನಾನು. ಅಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಓದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಐ ಡಿಂಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಐ ಗಾಟ್ ಸೋ ಫ್ಯಾಸಿನೇಟೆಡ್ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ಮೈ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್. ನನ್ನ ಸೀನಿಯರ್ಸು ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಂಥ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಜಾಗಗಳು, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಾನು ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ 365 days ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ದಿಂದ ಐ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಸೋ ಫ್ಯಾಸಿನೇಟೆಡ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ವಾಟ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನಿಂಗ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಆಫೀಸ್. And the way my seniors used to travel every now and then, I was like, wow, this is such a wonderful profession. And the way they used to talk about new laws, the laws which are getting amended or that is repealed, or the way they used to argue in the court. I mean, idella was too fascinating. Hangagi I did not write, and I never wrote UPSC, even though my first hall ticket I've still kept it safe. And yeah, that's how it is.
ಈಗ ಮುಂದುವರಿಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ there are a lot of young girls and women who are looking at different career choices.
Yes.
So ಏನ್ ಬೇಕು ಒಂದು ಲಾ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ಗೆ ಎಂಟರ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ? ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಸೆಟ್? ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆರ್ ಹೇಗಿರಬೇಕು? ಭಾಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪರಿಣಿತರಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕಾ? ತುಂಬ ಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನಾ? ಏನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಓದಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ? ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬರೀ ಲಾಯರ್ ಆಗೋದು ಒಂದೇ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯು ಫಿನಿಶ್ ಲಾ, ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಮೀ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್, ಟು ಬಿ ಅ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಸಿಂಗ್ ಅಡ್ವೊಕೇಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಆಲ್ಸೋ ರೈಟ್ ಸಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ?
ಸೊ ಈಗ ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಆನ್ ವಿಮೆನ್, ಬಟ್ ದೆನ್ ಜನರಲಿ ಇಫ್ ಎನಿಬಡಿ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಲಾ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಅವರ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ PUC ಅಥವಾ 12th ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಮುಗ್ದಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಕ್ಲಾಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ, ಈ ಕಾಮನ್ ಲಾ ಎಂಟ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. ಈ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಲಾ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ಸುಮಾರಷ್ಟು ಎಂಟ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಒಳ್ಳೊಳ್ಳೆ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ದು ಪರ್ಸ್ನಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಬರಿಬೋದು. ಮತ್ತು ಎಂಟ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ದಿರಾನು ಸುಮಾರಷ್ಟು ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂವಲ್ಲೇ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಒಳ್ಳೊಳ್ಳೆ ಲಾ ಕಾಲೇಜಸ್ ಇದೆ. 12ನೇ ತರಗತಿ ನಂತರ ಲಾ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ಗೆ ಎಂಟರ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ನೀವು 3 ವರ್ಷದ ಕಾಲ ಅಥವಾ 4 ವರ್ಷದ ಕಾಲ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರು ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಕೋರ್ಸ್, ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗೇ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಮೆಡಿಸಿನ್ನೇ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ BA BCom ಏನಾದರೂ ಸರಿ, ಅದನ್ನು ಮುಗಿಸಿ ನಂತರ 3 ವರ್ಷದ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಒಂದಿದೆ LLB ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಅಂತ. ಈ 5 ವರ್ಷದ ಕೋರ್ಸು ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಕಂಬೈನ್ಡ್ ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಲಾ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಏನಾದರೂ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, BAL ಬ್ಯಾಚುಲರ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿಕ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಆರ್ ಬ್ಯಾಚುಲರ್ ಆಫ್ ಆರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಬ್ಯಾಚುಲರ್ ಆಫ್ ವಿ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ BBA LLB ಬ್ಯಾಚುಲರ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್, ತುಂಬ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಥರ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ನಂತರ 5 ವರ್ಷದ ಲಾ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಜುಯೇಷನ್ ನೀವು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೀವು ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಜುಯೇಷನ್ ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಹೊಂದಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ನೀವು ಲಾಯರ್, ಲೈಕ್ 5 ವರ್ಷದ ಲಾ ಮುಗಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ಯಾರೋ ಲಾಯರ್. ಬಟ್ ನೀವು ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಲಾ, ನೀವು ಅಡ್ವೊಕೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಈ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲು, ಆರ್ಕಿಟೆಕ್ಚರಲ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ, ಹಾಗೆ ಬಾರ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ, ಬಾರ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಎನ್ರೋಲ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಆನ್ ದ ರೋಲ್ಸ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಂತರ ದೆರ್ ಇಸ್ ಎನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಲ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಬಾರ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್, ವಿಚ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು write, and once you clear that, you will be eligible to practice and file wakalats and go for people. So this is one profession. Like LLB mugid nantra advocacy ಮಾಡೋದು ಒಂದು profession.
So I'll enter here and ask you this. So ನೀವು ಬಾರ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎನ್ರೋಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬರೀತೀರಾ. ಆಗ ನೀವು ಟ್ರಯಲ್ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಹೈಯರ್ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ?
ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು.
ಓಕೆ. ಅಪ್ ಟಿಲ್ ದ ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟ್?
ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಅಡ್ವೊಕೇಟ್ ಆನ್ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್, ಅದು ಒಂದು ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಆಲ್ ಸಿಗ್ನೇಚರ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್
ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಒಂದೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು
ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಡ್ವೊಕೇಟ್ ಆನ್ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್
ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಬರೀಬೋದಾ?
ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಬಿ
ಏನದು
advocate on record, AOR. Yeah.
Okay.
So that is about, and this is just one field of profession for somebody who holds a LLB degree. Multiple other professions. ನೀವು ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಟ್ ಲಾಯರ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ನೀವು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಂಪನೀಸ್ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ವಿತೌಟ್ ಬಿಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ ಅಡ್ವೊಕೇಟ್, ಅಥವಾ ನೀವು ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ ಯೋರ್ LLM, ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಲಾ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಅಪ್ PhD and things and be a professor, be a lecturer and things like that. Full-time lecturer you can become. Or let's say we have so many departments. Let's say, to give one example, registry of trademark. Trademark ali you can become examiners, then you can climb up till registrars and so many other jobs. So it's not limited to court of law. There are multiple other exams and there are multiple other scopes, and you can write UPSC also even after LLB degree. So it has multiple options. It's not like just court of law. Lawyer means only court of law adu avagittu, but ಈಗ ಆ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬೇರೆ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿ ನೀವು ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಥವಾ ಬೇರೆ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, UN ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಲಾಯರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಎಂಟರ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ NGOs having that. So there are so many things. You can become arbitrators.
So law alli there are various fields alva. So ಒಂದು ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಲಾ, ಇನ್ನೇನೇನು?
ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ.
ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಟ್ ಲಾ,
ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಲಾ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಲಾ, ಈಗ ಬರೀ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಡೀಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದೇ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಪೇಪರ್ಸ್ನ ಸ್ಕ್ರೂಟ್ನಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಲಾ, ಬರೀ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಲಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ಸ್ ತೊಗೊಳ್ಬೋದು, ಕ್ರಿಮಿನಲ್ ಲಾ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಇಂಟೆಲೆಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ರೈಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಆ ಥರ ಲಾಯರ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ಸ್. ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ನೆಗ್ಲಿಜೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಕೇಸಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನದರ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ if you want to be an expert in one particular also you can.
ಇವಾಗ IPR ಕೇಳ್ಬಾರ್ದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಲೈಕ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ರೈಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ they take what do you call it as?
So to give you one example of IPR, let's say you have a brand trademark, or let's say Rotary has a brand and it has a logo. If somebody else is starting a NGO with the name Rotary or using the same logo, that is infringement of trademarks. So all those things comes under that. copyright.
So ivaga is it understood that if logo is there ಬೇರೆಯವರು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತನಾ, or you have to have taken these rights already?
So there is something, of course there is in Indian Trademark Registration Act, so there is a registration that you have to do, but also over the period of time if you've used the mark for a name, then also you have your own set of rights. And even if somebody is doing passing off, so there is a different procedure for that also, but you do have your rights if you are somebody who's known and well known in the society.
ಸೊ ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಇದು ಇಂಟೆಲೆಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ರೈಟ್ಸ್ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಕೇಳಿ ಬಂದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂಥರ ಹೊಸ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ಗಳು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಒಬ್ರು ಅಡ್ವೊಕೇಟ್ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕೇಸಸ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಈಗ ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿ ಬಂದೆ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವರು ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೋ ವಾಸ್ಟ್, ದ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸೋ ಮಚ್. ಇವ್ರು ನೋಡಿ ಅವ್ರು ಬರೀ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಪೇಪರ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ, IPR ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಲಾ ಗಂಡ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಒಂದು ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಅವ್ರದ್ದೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಕೇಸಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ there is person dealing with the
Yes,
family law.
yes.
So it's really fascinating and enchanting. I know why you decided to
it is because because you're dealing with multiple things. You're dealing with you're dealing with human emotions, you're dealing with papers, you're dealing with multiple issues, and I mean the satisfaction that you get when you do justice to your clients, the satisfaction when you get, not necessary every time you have to win and somebody has to lose. These days we promote mediation, settlements to a greater extent. I mean, even if it's a commercial dispute or even if it's a matrimonial dispute or a civil dispute, if there is a scope for settlement, we really push for it, because it's not worth wasting their precious time in running around and being stressful about cases. So our, of course, aim is to do justice. And when generally we do mediation, it's a win-win situation where we look into where both are satisfied with their the results that's come out of the mediation or a settlement. And of course, this profession gives you a different kind of pleasure which cannot be explained in words when you do justice to people who are like really dying to have it.
I think ಈ mediation ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸಮಯ ಅನ್ನೋದೇನಿದೆ ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಈ ರೂರಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಅರ್ಬನ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್, ನಮಗೆ ತಾಲೂಕ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ಸು ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಹೈ ಕೋರ್ಟ್, ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಚೂಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನ್, ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಬೇಗ ಎದ್ದೊಳ್ಳೋದೇ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಶ್ರಮ ಪಡಬೇಕು, ಓದಬೇಕು. ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೇಸ್ನ ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಆ ಕೇಸಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟ ಕಾನೂನು ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಆ ಕೇಸಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟ ರೀಸೆಂಟ್ ಜಡ್ಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಓದ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು, ಅದ್ರ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಇಂಟರ್ಪ್ರಿಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಲೇಸಿನೆಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ I'll tell you, in even habits, let's say you have certain habits which make you sleep late, wake up late. It will be very difficult for you to
pull you down.
Because you have to be in courts on time. You have to meet your clients when you have given a particular time. That's why you have to finish certain drafting work within that stipulated time that you have. So you cannot procrastinate and you cannot delay without valid reasons. So for all this again, it zero downs to your eating habits, it zero downs to your sleeping habits, it zero downs to the hard work that you put in.
ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಒಂದು ನನಗೂ ಕ್ಯೂರಿಯಾಸಿಟಿ ಇದೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೇಳೋರಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಹೇಗೆ ಜಡ್ಜ್ ಆಗೋದು ಹೇಗೆ? ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ನಾನು ಚೀಫ್ ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ತುಂಬಾ ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ವರ್ಡ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಂಗೆ ತುಂಬ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಸೊ ಹೇಗೆ ಟ್ರಯಲ್ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಜಡ್ಜ್ ಆಗೋದಿರಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಜಡ್ಜ್ ಆಗೋದಿರಲಿ, ವಾಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಪಾತ್, ವಾಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಜರ್ನಿ? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಅಡ್ವೊಕೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ಬೇಕಾ?
ಸೊ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಸ್ಟೇಟಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರೂಲ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಈಗ ನೀವು ದ ಟ್ರಯಲ್ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಜಡ್ಜಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಜಡ್ಜಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಬಾಟಮ್. Immediately after you finish law and you become an advocate and clear your All India Bar exam, ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ,
ಬಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ
ಅದು ಮುಗಿಸ್ಬೇಕು.
ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್
ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮಿನರಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಯಾವಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ವೇಕೆನ್ಸೀಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಜಡ್ಜ್. ಸೊ ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮಿನರಿ
ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬೋದಾ?
ಎಸ್, ಮುಂಚೆ 3 ವರ್ಷ, ಇಫ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ರಾಂಗ್, ಮುಂಚೆ 3 ವರ್ಷ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕಿತ್ತು ಆ ಜಡ್ಜ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬರೆಯೋದಕ್ಕೆ. ಈಗ ಹಾಗೇನಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಸ್, ಯಾ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮಿನರಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್, ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿರೋರು ಮೇನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್, ಮತ್ತು ಮೇನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್ ನಂತರ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ದೆನ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಅ ಜಡ್ಜ್. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಇದೆ, ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಜಡ್ಜ್ಗೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಆಫ್ 7 years ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅದೂ ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮಿನರೀಸ್, ಮೇನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ನಂತರ ಸೊ ಈ ಹೈಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಜಡ್ಜಸ್ಗೆ ಯಾರು ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಜಡ್ಜಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರು ಪ್ರಮೋಷನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ದೇ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಹೈಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಜಡ್ಜಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಎಲಿವೇಶನ್ ಇದು ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬಾರ್ ಇಂದ, ಅಂದರೆ somebody who's put in lot of years of experience and work in the profession as an advocate, ಅವ್ರನ್ನ they get selected and
without writing exams.
no, without writing exam, they get selected.
But many years of practice and commendable
work should be there, and they've
to their
contributed
credit.
towards the society and upbringing of this system. So
they can be appointed aವಾಗ.
Yes.
So Chief Justice of India hinge dream
I don't know. So you get promoted. There are circumstances where we've also seen directly getting elevated as a judge to Supreme Court also.
After practicing?
Yes, practicing. It's just like how they get elevated here. So that also happens.
So
then
Supreme
over
Court
the years,
judge, there are many.
Yes.
ತುಂಬಾ ಜನ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ.
Yes.
But Chief Justice of India is one person.
So prati high courts ke one Chief Justice of that particular high court irtare, like Chief Justice of Karnataka, Chief Justice of Madras atara. And then idi India ge we have one Chief Justice of India. So over the period of time, they would have started as just judge, and then over the years they keep getting promoted to upper, and then they become the Chief Justice.
ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಬಾರ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಮುಗ್ದಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾರೆ ಟ್ರಯಲ್ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಜಡ್ಜ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. ಇಫ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ ಟು ಗೋ ಟು ಬಿಕಮ್ ಅ Supreme Court judge, how many years will it take?
That's going to take a lot of time, because they will start from being the judge of the first instance. So it will take a long time. At least when it's a district judge, or when somebody becomes a high court judge, going to Supreme Court is faster and can become Chief Justice of India. But
how many years are we looking at? Roughly 20 years?
Yeah, like if
25?
you are a high court judge, a minimum of 10-15 years that we are looking at.
So once you are a high court judge, you are looking at 10 to 15 years to become a judge at the Supreme Court.
To become the Chief Justice, that's what if you are
Chief
aiming
Justice.
at. Yeah,
it
depends. It depends on multiple things.
Someone has a dream; they should know what is the path, right? Yeah, and that is.
It depends on what age you enter. Also, let's say you become a district judge at the age of just 31, 32. Then you have a long way to go. You can keep getting promotion. Or let's say you become a high court judge when you are just about 45, 46. So you have a long way to go.
Okay.
So it's about what age you can enter as well.
Okay. All right. You were, how do I phrase it? You have stood for people like who have anti-sexual harassment.
So I am an ex officio member, like we call them as external members of ICC committees, Internal Complaints Committee on Sexual Harassment at Workplace. It's called Posh Act. So for 3 years I was, you get appointed for, you can do it for companies, do it at various places where you can become. So it's like any complaint that is received from a female employee.
complaints
let's say we take an example of an office environment where there are 25 boys and 20 girls, and let's say some girl is being sexually harassed. When I say sexually harassed, need not have to be something aggressive. It could also mean somebody is constantly commenting about your body parts, or somebody is constantly commenting about the clothes that you wear, or giving it a sexual texture, or somebody is trying to send pornography, or somebody is trying to text you which is unpleasant and inappropriate. All those amounts to sexual harassment under the sexual harassment
especially you tell no, and they
and
keep
especially
continuing it.
So more than once, like when you say no, let's say somebody is inviting you for dinner, and like once you told no, and the person is repeatedly asking, and the hint of sexualness is there, and like traumatizing you, all that will constitute as sexual harassment. Because the reason for this enactment to come into picture was to make sure that the work environment is safe for women, and they are not traumatized, or they are not troubled by people around, and which will lead them to quit the job, or which will lead them to not work. So to make sure that they are in safe working
scars, these kind of scars will demotivate
them.
Alva? Yeah.
That's
and
true.
ಒಂದು ಇಫ್ ಇವಾಗ ಯಾರೋ ಒಂದು ಪವರ್ಫುಲ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಇರೋರು ಸೆಕ್ಷುವಲ್ ಅಬ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಇವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಧೈರ್ಯ ಬೇಕು, ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇವರು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಅದೇ ಪೊಸಿಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ there is lot of repercussions. So how can this be dealt with? Because it's not fair. You are complaining. What kind? Because that person remains in the same position. You're always in a position of danger.
Correct. So when you lodge a complaint and prima facie, if they are able to see that there are evidence against this person, there can be interim orders passed to such an extent wherein your reporting person can be changed, or you are not directly in the same team where you are reporting to the same person, or that person can be asked to work from home for certain days, or he will be in a different team. So there are multiple interim measures that can be taken while the inquiry is happening.
For the benefit of society, what would you like to do? Or as a Rotarian, how would you like to contribute to the society?
I come from a family where my parents have always been contributing to the society in one or the other way. I joined NGO at a very early age. I've been part of YWCA from a very young age, and I became their active member since 2011. Before that, I used to go for events, used to take part in the events. But since 2011, I've been like very active. We do a lot of charity-based events as well. We do a lot of advocacy-based events as well.
But I didn't tell another thing. You're also a speaker at various, for the benefit of the legal fraternity. You've been a legal speaker, and a speaker for the legal fraternity, or even maybe other institutions. And in some conferences, you have also talked.
Yes, I have been part of quite a good number of conferences in different countries as well as different states and cities. I had the opportunity, by God's grace, to share my experience. Doing something back to the society is something that is imbibed in us by our parents, and I make it a point to do something or the other constantly. So ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ 2011ವರೆಗೂ I was only playing role of like, let's say, AAP, when now it's become AAP. Initially it was India Against Corruption movement. So I was very actively involved, and I became extremely active post 2011. And even my YWC activities, alli namge YWCA, for example, I am part of YWCA of Bangalore City. So alli namge sumarashtu we have centers, various centers like daycare centers, drop-in centers, school dropout centers in slums and other things. So we go there, we do education, counseling, we do training programs, we do summer camps, multiple things that I can contribute on. And we do a lot of advocacy programs. ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳಿಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಎಲ್ಲಿ somebody who is slightly underprivileged to get access to information. So we conduct programs, whether it's about breast cancer, whether it's about education, we actually did one entire, I feel so good about it that I did an entire year of Women in Law series, where every month we had sessions on different laws which are touching women, whether it's domestic violence, whether it's property rights, whether it's... So ನಾನು ಇದೊಂದು entire law series, we did it in 2012, this Women in Law series in YWCA. So ನಮ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ auditorium ಕೂಡ ಇದೆ. So YWCA auditorium ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತಿ ತಿಂಗಳು we used to do one day we used to dedicate for Women in Law series, and we used to do different things. One month if we have done women and property law, the next month we did women and domestic violence, the next month we did women and marriage. So ಹಾಗೆ we did 12 amazing programs. Super. And we do so many advocacy programs. It depends on, let's say, transgender related, let's say it's relating to health issues, whether it's breast cancer, whether it's about heart, whether it's about menstrual cycles, multiple things. We've always been doing advocacy programs also. These days, because I'm not able to constantly go to YWCA for multiple events to do events, so there is another thing that I've started doing, which is Bangalore Traffic Warden. This is a organization which directly comes under Bangalore Traffic Police. So I dedicate about 4 hours in a week to control traffic at certain points. We have our points to do, so I make sure that I do that. And I've been part of Rotary. I involve in Rotary activities again for advocacy programs, again for environment programs. And there's one thing that I'm constantly doing for the last few years to do whatever the bit that I can do to the society is teaching. I teach in the morning 1 hour. So I teach at Bishop Cotton Law College. I teach every semester, I teach them. So this is something that I can do, whatever that little knowledge and information that I have, that I want to give it back to the society in whatever way that's possible.
ಸೊ ದೀಪಾ ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಣ್ ತೆರೆದಿದೆ. ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಜನ ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಮುಗಿಸಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಬೋರು ಅದು ಇದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ ಜಗತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದಿದೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಮನ್ಸಿರ್ಬೇಕು, ಮಾರ್ಗ ಹುಡುಕಬೇಕು, ಅಥವಾ ಕೇಳ್ದಾಗ ಯಾರೋ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡೋ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಹೃದಯವಂತರಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ನಮ್ ದೀಪಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ. Hopefully that I'm very fascinated by what women and law series that you have done. Hopefully if we can do it to some government college or students who don't have access to this, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಅವರು ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಆಸೆ ಇದೆ. ನೋಡೋಣ.
I think through Rotary we will do all these things.
We will do this by by the power of Rotary.
Yeah, I mean that's what this whole interview is, because I'm a member of the Rotary Club,
so
and
Deepa is
it has contributed a lot.
Yeah, Rotarian. She's in our Rotary Bengaluru Baswangudi. So Deepa, because I am director for women empowerment, Rotary District 3191, I always end the episode with what is that one word, because last time we told that a woman with inner strength is an empowered woman. So let's look, and what is that one word we can both tell together? Who is an empowered woman?
I mean, my definition of empowered women is women with a woman who has free mind, a person who has the freedom to think whatever she wants to act upon whatever she's thought, to execute whatever she's thought, and to state whatever she's thought, and to decide on her own.
In a constructive way.
Yeah, so it involves everything. For me, freedom of mind includes everything. Freedom of mind wherein a person chooses to educate herself in a particular way, or a person chooses to go to employment at a particular place. So it's about she being in a position where she can choose and she can freely think and not compelled to think in a particular manner.
So we will tell that a woman with freedom
of mind
is an empowered woman. Okay.
Yes.
So
a woman with
freedom of mind
is
an empowered woman.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Deepa. Today
Thank you
was
so
like
much.
a complete thing where I understood how to be a practicing advocate.
Thank you.
To how to practice in trial court, higher courts, and how to become a judge or other facets of law field. So I thank from my heart and from all the Rotarians to have the time, patience, and to come here and to express your views on all this. We are very grateful.
Thank you so much.
I'm
I mean, I feel I feel so good to be part of Rotary, because it has contributed a lot in terms of bettering my networking skills, bettering my communication skills, bettering my understanding about quite a lot of events and quite a lot of fields of multiple fields, because we do have multiple events every now and then in the Rotary Club. So every time I hear a speaker, there's something inspiring and something that I learn every time, because we're not master at everything. Like somebody comes and teach about space, not that we know anything, we hardly know something which we see. So every time I attend a session, it's something informative. So I hope this session is liked by people. I just shared some bit that I know.
So ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಇದನ್ನ ತಲುಪದೇ ಇರೋ ಜನರ ಹತ್ರ ತಲುಪಿಸಿ, so that they will learn something. And once again, thank you
so much.
Deepa, thanks for
so
being
much
here.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you.